broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hi guys, welcome back to AFTERBUZZ TV. This is the Foster's After Show, and tonight we're breaking down Season 3, Episode 5, called Going South. And they did. And here to help us is AJ, played by Thomas Williamson.
Yeah!
Thanks for being here.
How you guys doing?
Good. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Tom will be here all night. Obviously, we definitely want to hear from you guys. You can tweet at us with the hashtag ABTVFosters. Jillian's gonna check that. Just go ahead and tag her. She tweets from @Jillian Leff. Let's do some intros before we get into it. I'm Jeff Masters. I tweet from Jeff Masters 1.
I'm Stephanie Giorgi, and I tweet from @Stephanie Giorgi.
I'm Hannah Prichard, and I tweet from @TheHotShotDude.
And I am Jillian Leff, and I tweet from @Jillian Leff.
Cool. All right, guys,
Great.
what do you think of this episode? Is that it? Are we done?
I think that was it.
Hannah's done.
That was it, guys.
Really emotional episode.
It
like,
was.
I have not cried. I teared up a little bit. Especially,
really?
Yeah, the scene with AJ and Mike. That was intense.
That was.
It was cute.
Mike is the
It was
father of the year.
Very cute. So that was a message to.
I'm kidding.
It was cute. All right.
You're like,
How did you
excuse
feel? If it wasn't cute, what was it?
When I was watching it,
Yeah.
I was horrified.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, great.
I don't enjoy watching myself on camera. But how did I feel in the moment? I mean, it felt like a responsibility. You know, it felt like I was carrying the weight of my people on my shoulders, and that I was really speaking for the race. I mean, the words were very sharp, and they cut like a knife, and it was true. So it was easy to access that emotional range because it was something that was actually very relevant at the time when we filmed it, which is right around when Freddie Gray was killed in Baltimore in the Baltimore riots.
I wondered that when watching it. I was like, I wonder if that's what like sparked the writing of that episode, or if it just happened to line up that way for you.
No, I have a feeling it sparked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And
the Fosters has been ahead of it, because even with the whole situation with Cole, I mean, I don't want to reference the other person, but I feel like the Fosters has done such a good time at kind of relating to current events.
Yeah.
And putting it into a show. They're like the first one to do everything. So that was really good.
True.
Totally. Now, did you know that scene was coming? Did they like talk to you about it, or was it
Can
just
I
in
tell
the
you
script?
guys something?
Yes.
All right.
We like secrets.
So there's two things that happened in this episode that I believe I manifested. Do you guys believe in the power of manifestation?
Absolutely. Oh, yeah.
All right. So literally 2 weeks before this episode, when the Baltimore riots were going on, I told a few of the co-stars, I said, they're going to do a scene in here. They're going to deal with police brutality and this issue that's really hot right now. What happens?
Perfect.
It's written right into it.
That's awesome. And that you did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said it was either going to be me or that's what they're going to introduce my brother.
Right.
Oh,
And it
okay.
happened to be me.
I like how they did it for you, though. I like that it wasn't so dramatic, but it was so perfect at the fact that he was just standing there, literally doing nothing, you know? Because normally they like to say, like, oh, when you retaliate or when you start running, or that's when something goes bad, and you did nothing, and it showed exactly how it was.
Yeah.
And his reaction towards it was also perfect, because I love that Mike was like, you know why you did it.
Yeah.
Hands down. Like, don't even try to play it anything else. It is what it is. That was great.
I felt like you got to have a really cool emotional transition leading up to that entire scene. Like, you getting out of the car, watching everything happen, walking to the front yard. I was like, dang, this, like, no dialogue, and he's just getting to have the coolest moment. Like, acting-wise, that had to be so cool for you.
It was very cool.
Yeah.
And also off camera, you were talking about how funny Danny Nucci, who plays Mike, is. So how did you sort of work with him on set? Because you were saying off camera, you were like, it was so funny, like in between takes.
Not that.
No, not that
Not
point.
that. No. I mean, the scene where the cop assaults me, but the scene in his apartment, no, there was no laughter.
Yeah.
You guys had to get ready for it.
Yeah, you know, a lot of shadow boxing.
The cop was being really rough with you too. It wasn't
Yeah.
like throwing you to the ground, like holding your head down. Like
No, it was. I told him I was okay with it.
Yeah.
And it was so close. If it wasn't done real,
Right.
it would have looked fake. It
Right.
was right on me.
Yeah.
crazy.
I think
Especially to get that reaction from you.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
it's just important because the Fosters have brought up so many things and tied in so many events that are happening right now. And I think that this is very important and it needs to be talked about. And I think you are sort of really, happy with being able to bring this on TV.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get to ask the guy playing the cop how that scene felt for him doing that? Because
No,
I
I
imagine
didn't
that
speak to him.
like had to be for your character. You didn't speak to him for that day.
Whenever I've done a scene like that, and it's been 2 now, I don't talk to the person beforehand.
Yeah.
It's always in relation to cops. I did a movie that finished right before this season started shooting, and I had a similar situation. Less physical, but the same kind of mental intimidation. And I just don't. And the guy is a really sweet guy, but I had nothing to say to him that day.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, I just love the relationship with your character and Danny, Nucci, Mike, because like right
The
now,
Nooch.
the Nooch. Can we call him that too?
Now we can.
But like Mike is having a hard time with Brandon. Like they're not connecting as teenagers and like fathers are like want to do. And so to see like him like latching onto you with this like awesome father figure, like it's nice to see like him embracing that.
Yeah.
It's like a nice gift for him, his character.
I thought it was awesome to see Mike be put in this vulnerable situation and finally kind of being how Steph and Lena's always been to all of their foster children, and seeing this kid knowing that he has goodness in him and letting him know, like that's the part that was emotional for me, is when he said like you just need someone to believe in you and that's it, and I'm showing you I'm not going to give up. And like that's a lot, because that's at the end of the day that's what your character needed. Everybody was so quick to give up, and he's like I'm not, like that's what a parent does. And I loved every time that he grabbed you by the hands. As much as people might think like, oh, why'd you have to get all physical, I bet you like if had your character been real, had that been a real situation, every time that he forced that way, that would have felt good. Because he's only doing that because he cares. And he's not letting you go, whereas anyone else would be too scared where he wasn't. He's like, no, I'm in charge here. I'm letting you know that I care. I loved that. That
And
was super
we're
important.
not the only ones that feel that way, actually. A lot of people are tweeting right now at #ABTVFosters. Lily says, I love it when Mike said that he is my foster son. That melted my heart. Everyone is just, AJ's grandmother brought me to tears. Actually, let's talk about AJ's grandma in that scene, because you actually have an interesting story about the woman that plays your grandma.
Power of manifestation.
Fran
Bennett
her.
is my voice teacher.
No.
Yes. And she was my voice teacher for like about a year or 2 before I got this. And so literally when I got the script, April 7th, and I said, it would be really cool if this character's grandmother, in my mind, I didn't even verbalize this, was played by Fran Bennett. What happened? So we're at the table read.
That's so
The director
awesome.
of the episode comes up and we shake hands, and she's looking at me. I'm looking at her. And she's like, I'm just trying to, get a feel for you. We're casting your grandma right now. Do you have anyone in mind? I said, yeah, Fran Bennett. She said, she's the only one on my list.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that gave me chills.
Me too. Like even up to my cheeks. I was like, dang, whoa.
Wait, that's unbelievable.
And that's
In
what
the
she
same
said.
episode,
And she said it like that, but
Yeah.
didn't skip a beat. That's the only person
And
that
I
was
was
in my mind.
like, but it? I couldn't. I was like, there's no way. But she was like, yeah.
Wait, so how did you get connected with her as a voice teacher like a year ago?
Christopher Turner, who's an amazing actor that I study with, a Canadian actor, he takes voice classes with her, and he recommended her.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
For everyone at home who doesn't know, Fran Bennett was in Roots. She was in Star Trek. She
Legend.
still's acting. Yeah, she was in
Legend.
Scandal last season. She's been in 1,000 things.
Yeah. And she's been doing it for years. I mean, we would just sit there for an hour after the lesson was over and just talk about stories with, like, her performing with Tallulah Bankhead and being on the Ed Sullivan Show.
Awesome.
And being in the South in the 50s.
Right.
And just, like, really real stuff. And now
Everything.
she's still here.
So
Yes.
cool.
In her late 70s. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In great shape.
Yeah, and I love her too because like she, I mean this as a compliment, she looks like she's in her late 70s. It's not like the plastic
Yeah.
Hollywood
Oh,
or like
Oh,
a
right.
50-year-old like playing 70. Like she's amazing.
But she, like you said, she's a force of nature. Honestly, she is a force of nature. She looks how she is, and she accepts it
Yeah.
and flourishes.
And another issue that your character is dealing with, not only had it touched on the race stuff this episode, but also something that families go through all the time when you have a parent or a grandparent that isn't themselves anymore.
Yeah.
And it's just, it crushes my heart because, my parents' friends are going through that right now with their parents, and, they go and visit them in the homes and everything. And it's just Alzheimer's and, you know, anything with memory loss, and it's crushing. Yeah. And I thought that was handled really well too, because, you know, I feel like someone so young in your situation could be either insensitive to it and not get it, but you are aware, and Mike was really good about it. And I think that also is foreshadowing what we have to look forward to in the future with Mike and AJ, because Mike is there for you. Yeah. And that sort of led into, I call it like Detective Mike, like because it really was. It was like, oh, he's like down for this, like he like wants to help you. So then he goes and investigates, and then we find out that your brother was actually there 2 days prior.
Yeah.
He's alive.
He's alive, thank God.
I like that you said that, Jillian. I feel like AJ's also so good for Mike, because now, you know, Mike being sober and wanting, you know, needing to put something towards something, and Brandon is someone who wants to take care of himself. So it's like he's not able to do that, whereas this is someone where he can actually be of use, and I think that's helpful for him.
Yeah, actually, Ashley Korngold on Twitter, hey Ashley, she said Mike is getting his second chance at being a father.
It's really cute.
And then
that's what I thought the whole time.
Yeah, David Joseph said, I love how the Fosters tackles through issues. I love AJ's character more and more as the show goes on.
Thank you, David.
So true.
Wow. Now, I don't know if this is too, like, spoilerly, but are we going to get
is that
to
a word?
meet...
It is now.
Pretty sure it is.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it is.
In our big
Are we going to get to meet your brother this season? Like, is that a character? It is.
Yeah, you will.
Okay, awesome.
Well, I know that he can't talk, but I have Twitter talking to me right now, and they said that...
I'd rather talk to Tom.
Yeah, like, well, I don't know if he can answer this, or maybe he can. Maybe the character's been released, but somebody said that the guy that is playing Ty is Zeke from High School Musical.
Yeah, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, man.
No way.
Zeke the baker.
Yeah.
Hey.
Wait, but I feel like you
guys
guys...
I know exactly who you mean, yes.
Yeah, unfortunately, I know exactly who you're talking about. But, not unfortunately, but I'm like, oh yeah, I remember High School Musical.
Yeah.
Still love that show. Or TV movie.
Movies.
But, whatever. But I feel like you guys would be close in age. Is Ty supposed to be close to you in age?
He's older.
He's older.
He's older than you?
He's
I don't
older.
know why I always thought he was younger.
Mm-hmm.
He's older.
No, he's older because that was the whole reason he's out of the system, and AJ was still in the system, and that's how they got separated.
Okay,
correct?
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought he was younger.
Girl, get it.
I don't know, Hannah. Stop it.
And his real name is Chris, and my brother's real name is Chris.
So you have
What
is real this?
All these weird things for you.
Wow.
That's good.
Life imitating art.
It's really cool.
We have to stop. This is too much.
I'm serious.
I know.
I have to go.
Just
This
being
must
honest.
just be like an amazingly cool experience for you then, especially with all these
coolest.
things lining up.
Well, you know what it means. I mean, one, it's just a blessing to, be able to be
Yeah.
employed in this city, doing what we love.
Yeah.
But also, everything's going to be all right.
Yeah.
That's what this experience has showed me. That as much anxiety as, you can go through as a young artist. Should I look at the camera? What I'm
You can
talking
do whatever you want.
as a young artist trying to make it, or just a young person in this society and economy, everything's going to be all right. If you believe it and you tap into who you really are and your intention and, what it is, the reason why you're on this planet, everything will fall into place. And I'm witnessing it. I'm a living, breathing, sitting currently example of that. So it's real cool.
So cool,
That's
man.
amazing. And is that
It's
something you're
really
like
cool.
realizing, figuring out like in this process of the Fosters or before that?
It really started like happening like a snowball effect with the. Okay, you want to hear another story?
Yes.
All right, so a buddy of mine gave me this thing called the Kingdom Prayer, and it's basically like a a prayer or just like a list of things that you can say every day that a goal list basically. And so my goal list, amongst many things, was to book an ABC or an ABC affiliate pilot that is fan popular and quality content by March 31st, 2015.
man.
You know when I got this show? March 27th, 2015.
Oh my gosh, dude, that's so cool.
That's amazing.
You're just gonna make me cry. I'm getting all the goosebumps and shit.
Are you really crying?
Listen, it's beautiful. It's moving. Okay, stop.
Especially for working, if we're all here at the same time, so it's nice to hear something like that, because once you can believe in others, you can believe in yourself, and when you believe in yourself, you prosper more, and that's what's important.
Yeah.
Wow. So we've been really enamored with the chemistry between AJ and Callie. Did you read with her like in the audition process?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, oh my gosh. In the chemistry read, I was sweating and I was nervous. And she was so fine. Oh my gosh. I remember I saw her and I was just like. And Peter, the director and producer, and one of the showrunners was like, just use that. But she was so cool. I was like, I'm sweating. I'm nervous. And she was like, you're going to be fine. They obviously like you. Like, just do what you do. You're great. She was so good. Everyone on that set is so cool and supportive. I do a lot of my scenes with Danny, and it's just advice constantly and support. And just everyone, it's just nothing but love. Really.
See, it's hard because, like, the majority of us are supporters of Brandon and Callie.
That's how you pronounce it?
Yes, Browley.
Okay.
But we were wondering, do you know the official ship name for Callie and AJ? Is it CJ? Did we decide?
I decided on KJ.
KJ?
I like KJ.
KJ, that works.
I'm honestly not happy with any option.
You're not about it?
I'm not happy with the ship names.
But you have
they
to
don't combine well.
But honestly, I love Brandon and Callie together. We got to see a lot of them in the episode. We'll talk about it. But there is some serious heat between the two of you.
So
that scene with you on the couch, I was like, I had my hand over my face. I was like, what's gonna happen here? Like, I know. What? Yeah. And obviously you hate watching yourself, so you were just like.
But that was a funny scene because that was a funny scene on set too. Because someone was like, "What are we shooting? What kind of program is this?"
We're like little giddy girls right now.
I was just gonna say, you're good on all types of couches because fangirls and fanboys out there. I hear you guys. I know your thoughts right now. Everything that he's saying, I'm over here. I'm like, what do I say? I don't know. I don't know.
Oh God. I guess I'm most impressed because you can't you can act a lot of things. Like, it's your job. You're an actor, but acting chemistry is super effing hard.
Oh yeah. It's not there. It's not there.
Yeah, you're not faking it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, things we have to look forward to next week, a kiss. Let me tell you, I'm looking forward to it.
I'm excited for that chin.
Bringing the chin back.
Bringing the chin back.
All right, we touched on it, but we got to talk about Callie and Brandon's road trip to Mexico.
Yes, please. So, I was a little let down.
Me too.
By the hang gliding.
Oh, I was so happy.
And I feel like, Tom, you were on the same page with me. You thought it was one of two things.
Yeah,
what did you think was going to happen?
I thought it was going to be an abortion. That was really the only thing.
Yeah. I thought maybe they were going to get Ty.
Yeah.
She found out Ty was in Mexico.
Oh, God.
Which is what I thought. Yes, we're going to Mexico for Thai food.
Okay, they got the best Asian food.
What's in that cup?
Let me tell you right now.
What's in that cup?
I can't tell you. It's Thai. Okay, I'm on the same page as you.
Yeah, I felt, I don't know.
Just craving Thai.
I was just not thinking that it was going to be something adventurous. I know, they're dying. I'm trying to pull this ship together like crazy.
Just watch it go down.
Yeah, no. This is
Which
fun.
ship? The Browley ship?
No, the Browley ship will always sail.
Okay.
The Browley ship is
Jeff,
going
you need to stop.
So what did you think was going to happen in Mexico?
I thought that they were either going to go find AJ's brother or there was going to be some sort of weird abortion tie-in. I was on the same page with Steph because I'm always pessimist, thinking the worst of the situation. And I thought that's what it was going to be. And it was kind of weird. She wakes him up in the middle of the night to go on this adventure. I don't know. I just didn't get it. I felt like it was really out of place. I would have... There were so many... There were 3 sort of... Or 4, I guess, vignettes within the episode.
Yeah.
And the Bradley part was such a small part of it. But the entire time I was thinking, they're fighting like a couple. They're acting like a couple.
Love it.
But they're not a couple. This is more frustrating to me than anything else.
Yeah. I think the reason why all of this happened was because we all needed a reminder of what Bradley was. So it gave us, let's see the dynamic between them and how they're best friends, just so that we can get ready and make sure to hold that grounded while this romance starts.
See, and I thought the same, but they missed that opportunity of creating more of a moment between them when they get off the hang gliders and
they didn't
give
kiss?
a hug each other. They didn't even have to kiss.
Yeah,
but they friendly hugged, and I was like, can we at least create a moment?
They did. Remember when he said it oh, my best friend, which I thought was funny because I feel like if Brandon was best friend, what?
I was
no, but I was surprised. I didn't think anything serious was gonna happen. I'm happy that it didn't because back I was maybe they're just gonna go down for some tacos and stuff. I don't know. I grew up in San Diego. We used to go to TJ for that all the time. But
at John
TJ. Wait, what's TJ?
Tijuana.
Tijuana, Baja California, Mexico. Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Did you bring your passport when you went?
We didn't. Back then, you didn't have to. That's why she
wow.
didn't. That's why she thought it was just IDs because that was a recent law done in 2005.
Oh, really?
She's an old soul. She knew.
You know what? People are just as pissed as we are because the tweets are coming in at John or Cutie. I was so let down by the hang gliding. It was so stupid. Like, what the fuck, Kelly?
I agree.
They needed a story. They needed a moment. That was fine.
I did not myself see any like a reason to like expect an abortion or expect to find Ty in Mexico, the person. But that being said, like I liked her explanation that I'm 17 and I have no fun stories.
Ditto.
Yeah.
She was off probation. She was allowed to do anything that she wanted on her own.
And also though, the hang gliding scene was like so fun to watch.
It was. And it must have been very like, to be up there and not on the ground with people and just forget for that moment. And then she did it with someone who obviously has a spot in her heart. Right.
Couldn't we have just gotten a tattoo?
I thought it was good.
At Alan TV guy said the whole Mexico thing seemed like an episode of I Love Lucy. Bradley, you've got some splaining to do. It was like cute. I don't know. It was like
but we
we're
love
going on
Lucy.
an adventure. You know, like,
Lucy.
I don't know. Everyone, it's like so mixed because people are hating on it, people are loving it.
Stop hating.
I don't know.
Are you a Bradley fan?
You know, it's funny because just sitting here, I'm getting jealous.
Because you want to have that same. But here's the thing, though. We're loyal. You're great.
Yeah.
And we watch you and you're like, damn, he's extra fine.
But there's a big hairy butt looming around that corner.
It is.
But
Because we're
listen.
loyal to the first.
No, I get it. I'm just saying, like, as an actor, you know, I take things personally. And AJ likes Callie, and I happen to be playing AJ.
But does Tom like Maia? That's the question.
I like Maia. Yeah, of course I like Maia.
Fortunately for you, though, you're like the first Bradley potential breakup that I feel like they've brought on the show that people are just as much in favor for as they are Bradley. They just like their loyalty is to Bradley.
And know why? Because you have a boy haircut. Wyatt had that bob thing going on.
Listen, they were just hair
saying.
when they were together. Just hair.
It's what I said. I said that AJ is hollering at Callie the way that she's supposed to be hollered at.
Yeah, exactly. He's her male counterpart.
Yes, exactly. And that's the only thing that makes me worried because Wyatt did it like, oh, I'm weird too. Let's drink beers and my mom's gone.
Yeah.
And then Brandon's like, oh, I just want to take care of you. And AJ's just about her. He's like, you're so cute. Let me flirt with you. And she likes it because the focus isn't on anything about like what happened to her. It's just about because she's cute.
And
he's so forward.
Yeah.
Amazingly forward. And he's been in the foster system. Like they get it out about each other's past.
So they don't have to even talk about it.
Yeah.
Done.
But he is incredibly forward.
So forward.
Love it.
But that's
It's like a new level of sexy to the show.
If
Like
you want some
that.
adventure, knock on my door.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
That is so bold.
Even though it really just made me want to be like, come and knock on my door.
I'll be waiting for you, baby. Trust.
But that's so much fun to watch, though, like a forward character who's like speaking his mind, like saying what he wants.
Especially in this group of people. It's very perfect. Callie needs it. I think it's nice. It's refreshing.
Yeah. But I mean, Callie's up to her old tricks. When she said, we don't have my passport, what does she do? She just runs as usual. She gets out of the car. Like, are you kidding me?
And Brandon's dummy left his car there. I'm like, why would you do that?
I know.
Thank God though, because when they're like, where's the car? I'm like, no way that car would have been able to escape. I've been in those lines. There's nothing you can do. So don't tell me that the car is lost or taken away.
The rock in the pond not moving.
Yeah, exactly.
I have to say though, I really liked. Yeah, what were you saying?
No, I was just gonna say people are still, doing the whole guessing game of why she could have been in Mexico. Some people, John or Universe says, I thought she was there to buy cocaine. Why did you think that? Another one said,
I know.
Sansa says, I thought she was going to get a tattoo.
No,
I'd be down for that.
Why? You could do that that's consent also and whatever.
Yeah.
I was just surprised they would let minors honestly over the border without consent.
Yes, I agree with that.
They
Do you know the laws for that?
Yes, I was gonna say they would because like she's like, oh, why did they just wave us by? Because there isn't any.
'cause they're not checking.
Yeah, they're not checking when you go through. It's only when you come back. Which that was the other funny part. The playing dumb. Yeah, right. Because if I was customs, I'm like, you're a mule. Get over there. We're checking your car. We're checking your body and everything.
Cops took Brandon's keyboard.
Yikes.
Yes.
Like, what
true,
the
though.
heck was that? That whole exchange.
What? Yeah. What was? I'm like, I'm pretty sure in Mexico you'd just be arrested.
You'd be arrested, but maybe because they're like nice little white kids, they're like, okay, come on.
But there's like a stereotype of like dirty cops in Mexico who like you just like pay off and like you cross the border.
That's true because that's scary.
Yeah. So like this is like the payoff of like the keyboard, unfortunately.
I'm actually surprised that they showed that part where they had to like pay them something and give them the piano.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
But that exists in Mexico. But it was just I thought that was very like forward and kind of dissing TJ by doing that. But whatever.
I know that because that's how in Weeds they got over the border a lot.
In weeds.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Paying off. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Very factual. I have to say though, I really liked this scene in the car with Bradley, like when they each called each other out. When Brandon was like, "Oh, you're falling in love with another foster brother. Like that's your MO." And then what was she like? She was like, or who did she say? Do I say like a lot? She called him out on saying that you're drama and you're the common occurrence in all of like
The
these
common
things.
denominator. Yep.
I just think it's amazing that they've written this character of Brandon and he is so likable and like he's such a good guy, and yet he's really screwed up a lot. He does a lot of like things go wrong in his life that he's the reason for. It's like an interesting like parallel that they've built in him.
It's hard because I just feel like he's done so much already, but I only feel like AJ being thrown into the mix with Mike is just going to send him in a spiral.
I agree.
When Mike decides that he wants to, officially foster or whatever all that paperwork goes through, I just feel like, we love AJ as a character. Clearly he's connecting with Mike, something that Brandon really hasn't been able to do long term. And I just feel like it's going to send him...
Well, and he connects with Callie. Like, he's connecting with the most important people in Brandon's life so flawlessly.
I think it's important because I feel like Brandon's character has always stood by himself. They don't worry about him, and it's one of those things where he needs perspective and he needs to put in check. So he's like always talking about how his dad is in this, his dad is in that. Okay, now look at your dad with someone else and tell me how you feel after that.
Yeah, it's true.
And then just to see AJ with someone else that's very close to him, there's different ways that you approach things, and he's so used to things being kind of surrounded by him or him being at the center of it because they do cater to Brandon a little bit. And this is just nice because it has nothing to do with just favoring anyone, but how life really is, he does need perspective. He does need to see that, guess what, baby boy, nothing's like, the world doesn't revolve around you.
Emily Zablocki said Brandon was so woe is me this episode.
He was. Yeah. He was almost a wet blanket, I'll say it.
Really? Because I liked him this episode.
He was emo.
Yeah.
He's not.
I think I dig him that way. I dig him kind of brooding. I don't know what it is.
That's how
I like him that way.
That's his character.
He's an artist.
Yeah. I think one of the exciting things about the addition of AJ in these characters' lives, like he's causing some like drama necessarily to show. We like watching things. But the exciting part is that he has the possibility as a character like to stay permanently via like being adopted or like fostered by Mike, as opposed to a show who like
you're in, man.
But most shows have supporting characters and we like them, and it's like, oh, they're moving in next door, great, that's like plausible. But like I think it's part of that uncertainty of like, is AJ gonna stick around or not? It's exciting for us to watch.
I would love to stick around.
Can he tell us anything right now?
I completely
I don't know
agree
anything
with you.
to tell you.
Yeah. And this concerns me because I agree with you, because I almost feel like they're bringing you on because they know they may not be able to make Bradley a thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I had that thought tonight watching the episode. I really did. And I'm a Bradley fan, you guys. You guys know how I feel about him. But I had that thought during this episode. I was like, shoot, like, he's fitting in so well, and they have given you such a huge part, especially in this episode, that I'm like, I feel like this is a character they are going to keep to the end. And if that's the case, I think it is something that may...
even with me not being a Bradley supporter because of ethical reasons, I still believe deep down in like the bottom of my frozen heart that they will end up together at the end of the show. I'm just curious why you don't think that.
Well, I'm afraid
because it's so good right now. However, what they're doing is like a Dawson's Creek thing.
That's what I was just going to say. I fear it's going to be a Dawson's Creek. She can't be with Dawson. She's going to end up...
No!
I know. It's great for you, man. It's great for you.
I mean, we love you, but
I didn't watch Dawson's Creek.
Bring in Kurt Smith, baby.
We love you. Robert Quinn, where you at?
Okay, guys, we gotta keep moving to the episode, but we gotta talk about Mariana and her not pregnancy.
Yes, please.
When Steph was freaking out saying Callie got pregnant by Brandon and went to Mexico for an abortion, I love that because it was very realistic.
It was.
Like her connecting these dots. You know?
She's like, oh my God.
That made like a lot of sense in my mind. It's like as a storyline.
The whole time? That's what she was thinking. Sorry, I'm like, the whole time?
Yeah. Under our roof?
Right.
Which led us to a sex talk. Which,
thank goodness. Much needed.
Let's round up the whole house, okay? Jude's growing up. Bring him in too. I think this might be the most like realistic and sex talk. The sex talk that I've been wanting to see on TV that like I've ever seen. The most realistic. And Selena apologized for like shaming Mariana. I didn't actually think she was shaming her.
Steph did.
Oh, Steph did. Yes, thank you. I didn't think that they were like shaming her to begin with. I'm curious what you guys thought, but I thought it was like very good and realistic and not shaming.
Tom, what did you think of it?
I didn't think she was shaming her at all. Yeah. I do feel like sometimes, I'm not a parent, but parents may feel like they've, shamed their child or made them feel a certain way just by being honest.
Yeah.
But I felt like she had a lot of stuff going on inside, and it came out.
Yeah.
I think that Steph being the authoritative figure that she is was very important, and Lena being the sensitive person that she is. She's so concentrated on communicating and kind of being on a level with them where it's like, I get that you want to be their friends, but you need to be their parents. You need to set some kind of like a disciplinary or like a, superiority to them, because she needs to know that. She needs to know that there's certain things that are not okay. Not that sex isn't natural, but just at her age and what she's doing, that she does need to be more careful, and that she is a female, and that those are different situations, and not like sexist. Like, it's okay for Brandon and Jesus to do it, but it's just very delicate. Imagine your 15-year-old daughter, having sex, regardless of the pregnancy, regardless of protection. That's just like she said, it's a vulnerable part of your body, and it's important, and it could mess you up.
Yeah.
And Mariana was like, feminism. I'm like, girl.
In her unicorn t-shirt.
I know, I loved that. I
was
thought that too. But I actually, because I don't think she was shaming her, I did think it was harsh, because I thought the most, offensive sort of thing that she said was the whole, so that was backup sex for you, which unfortunately...
Yes,
was
it was.
True.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was.
Cares?
And granted, I think it was harsh, so I understand why Lena was like, dude, you shouldn't have come at her that way, because it's your daughter. It was her first time. She's probably terrified. There's so much guilt. And I don't think Steph was thinking about that, but unfortunately what she said was actually true.
It was true, but it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, listen to what I'm saying. I'm making fun of you, and I don't need, because you should be embarrassed. It was backup sex. You think that's okay?
Exactly.
And it's the feminism part, that falls into it. What have we taught you? What have we said? Why was that okay? And why did you feel the need to have sex with someone?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it just sucks, because Mariana's excuse was typically what it is for most young women. Everyone around me was having sex. I just wanted to get rid of it. I just wanted to lose my virginity and be done with it.
Yeah.
And that's just not the way that you do it. It's sad.
I agree. I think, too, because they came in so non-aggressively, though, Steph and Lena, they were able to get a really honest response from Mariana. She told them straight up, like, everything and how she was feeling, and, like, it was very just honest on both ends.
And I also think that it brought them together this episode, because it was funny. I was watching with Tom and Hannah, and I was like, oh, wow, great. Like, Steph and Lena are going to be fighting this entire episode. Like, this is what it's going to be about. But I think the talk sort of helped them, and it was just solidified by Steph's scene at the end by saying, I really do think that we should maybe talk to someone. And again, it's like another real thing that they're bringing. Like, so many couples go through marriage counseling, marriage therapy, and it's different. You have to learn how to communicate with someone, live with someone, work in a relationship with someone, because love is hard. And it's cool that the show is showing that. It's not just, we're seeing the whole process. And it was kind of, did you guys think it was weird, the whole bit with the contractor?
I did not.
I was just mad about it.
Really?
I mean, I get why his character was there, but I was mad that he would have said something like that, because I'd have been like, I'm sorry, that's inappropriate, and what our household does doesn't matter. If a contract's a contract.
Inappropriate,
how dare you say,
and yet if he's trying to, like, feed his family and he can't get paid, like, he's
right,
gonna
and he's
cross
being
that
worried,
line.
but I would bring it up. I wouldn't just change the contract and say, you're gonna have to pay me, because I think that you and your wife are not gonna be, you're butting into someone else's life. And as a contractor, when you enter someone's home, your job is not to listen to what's going on with them. Your job is to fix the toilet.
Can I play devil's advocate for a second, though? Like, I feel like Steph needs the roughness. Like, she would have not felt that. Like, I feel like she needed that for somebody to sort of shove something in her face for her to realize, because she's very, she was like kind of oblivious to the situation. Like, this guy has been watching them fight for an entire day, and it's just a normal thing to her.
Right.
Yeah, also in his mind, it couldn't have been like, I'm predicting your divorce. It could have been like, he could have just assumed it was already happening.
Sure.
So that's not crossing a line. What were you going to say, Hannah?
Okay, because this whole thing makes me mad, because I don't think this whole therapy idea and them fighting, it's all centered around the fact that Lena hasn't owned up and told her that she kissed Monty. And it's making me so mad that they're even presenting that, and Lena's presenting it and pushing it, and that this whole story arc is happening right now, because I'm like, this is all actually just because Lena has so much guilt and is dealing with her own issues. Yeah, girl.
Yeah, girl. Yes,
that I'm like,
that's
"Ugh,
exactly what it is.
It makes me so mad that Steph should even have to have this moment where she feels like this should be happening because it all goes back to Lena just not telling her the truth.
And comparing. She keeps comparing her and Monty, so she's building up all this other anxiety and different types of feelings and throwing it onto Steph.
It's wrong.
I just think it's really unfortunate because I kind of agree with you. It's unfortunate because I don't think the kiss is that big a deal.
It's not, but now it's
she's
becoming
built-
one.
Exactly.
It's becoming huge.
God, Hannah, I love you.
I feel
Pull
like
up
the
here, girl.
contractor popping in and out the whole episode is funny. And I also thought it was like the ABC family way of like handling two parents fighting. Because that gets too dramatic, and yet this is still like ABC family. So like, let's add some levity to the situation. So
Drives me crazy because then it opens the door for like them to split and Monty to come in, and you know,
No,
it
no.
Yeah,
does.
right, I know. Ooh, I'll knock
It
Monty
does.
out, I swear.
I'm not happy about it, but it does.
do you really think the show would break them up?
I hope not.
No.
But even when we had Daphne here, and she was like,
I could see a
she was like-
separation.
she was like, girl, I don't know.
Daphne.
And I'm like,
Daphne. What you talking about, Daphne?
she's put thoughts in my mind now.
Sorry, that was funny. She said, girl, I don't know. That's right.
I am livid. Just kidding.
We actually have some fan questions for Tom. Let's see. Angel Vanna wants to know, who would you like to do a scene with that you haven't yet? That we've seen. Because maybe you've done scenes.
I think I've done a scene with everyone.
With everyone?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have lucky you.
Yeah, I've done a scene with everyone. We may not have seen it
See,
yet.
man,
but
you're
I've done it.
permanent. You're in.
I lost the
You're in.
I lost the Twitter handle, but another person wanted to know what it was like to shoot with Hayden. Because that scene was really adorable between you two in the bedroom.
In the bedroom. It was quick, man.
Yeah.
It was really quick and sweet.
I guess that's easy though,
and
you know?
simple. And, he's professional. He's a 40-year-old and a 14-year-old.
Right? Oh, we've been on that. He comes on this show talking.
Oh, man, yeah. I love Hayden. But it was really quick, in and out.
A lot of people on Twitter were upset about the lack of Jude anywhere in the episode.
Right, but the first 3 episodes
They
were
do that every
focused
now
on
and
him. Well, no, we just needed, it was a transition of stories. We're just getting to know what the rest of the family's doing.
Yeah, I think it's hard too. It's a big family. We gotta
Yeah.
focus on other people.
Yeah, and he's back next week. He's throwing Callie a party. It's going to be
A dramatic
probably
party.
a lot of drama. Yeah.
It will definitely be. Let's segue to some predictions.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Because as we saw in the preview, Wyatt's back.
Now,
Oh, yeah.
your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
What was in these cups?
Lights, man.
What's going on?
For those of you listening, there are lights flashing in the studio right now. It's very
I think it's in
dramatic.
Tom's mind.
There's a lot going on up there.
Sure.
I believe you.
So in the preview, we see that Callie finds out something about what happened to Maria and Wyatt. I don't know if they tell her everything, but did you not see that in the preview, Jillian?
Oh, well, no, I'm trying to remember. I saw like a surprise, and then Mariana and Wyatt talking, and then
Wyatt says, "We hooked up."
Yeah.
Oh, right.
And
And he
she
wears
says,
a bad
what do you
hat at
mean
some point.
hooked
That's
up?
all I saw.
And he's
Yeah.
about to say, I smashed your sister.
Well,
Sorry about it.
also,
Okay.
yeah, oh, whoa. Okay,
that's what it is.
I'm looking forward to. I'm really hoping for a Brandon and AJ fist fight. Sorry, boo. And I'm hoping to see Callie. Well, we're gonna see Callie kiss, but I think that happens before she finds out about the Wyatt stuff, or maybe it doesn't. Maybe it happens after because she's so upset and AJ's there to comfort her.
Do we
That's
know
what
it's
I'm going
actually
with.
going to happen next episode?
Oh, actually, sometimes they splice those things together. I don't know. Yeah. Oh,
I mean, we saw the preview.
Yeah.
Oh, it happened in the preview?
Tom
Yeah,
says,
yeah.
okay.
Tom gave me the nod. It's on.
Yeah, we saw the
You're
preview.
like, it's on.
Oh, I actually missed the preview. I just saw a picture later.
Yeah, it was a quick flash in the preview, but
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to a lot of fighting. And then also, I kind of gonna be feeling bad for Jude because I feel like he's the center of all of the drama because he just invites all of these people unknowingly that this person's broke up with this person slept with this person. It's like a Melrose Place up in here. I don't know. I'm excited. I'm really excited.
Yeah,
Hannah?
I pretty much agree with
Yeah.
the same. I think that Callie and AJ are going to be comforting each other because you maybe fight with Brandon, feel kind of out of place. Callie, feels bad about the whole Wyatt and Mariana thing, and then you guys comfort each other and suck face, and then...
Oh my god, I hope it's like the 16 candles kiss over the cake.
I think it's going to be hotter than that, dude. I think this is going to be, like, the sexual tension is going to be on point.
I think the kiss happened before.
You do?
I think the kiss will happen before, and then he's gonna have to witness her being in like so much more complicated than what he thought she was.
Ooh, good
And
point.
I think that she's not gonna necessarily be mad at Mariana. More so, she's gonna be in Wyatt's face, like as a protective older sister. Like, why would you take advantage of my little sister, knowing that she was in a relationship, knowing that I was your ex-girlfriend? So the disappointment lies more on him. He knows better. And then I think that AJ will kind of witness that and just feel either out of place or see her differently, and then she's gonna get upset, and then because he's angry, I just see Brandon coming in and he might say something wrong, and then Brandon's gonna start the fight. And I really did imagine all of this, and I think that that's what's gonna happen.
That's very specific.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I know, but that's what I think.
Is Monty going to be at this party too? Because
No!
that may be another layer of drama,
no,
another
that
couple
would be
drama.
She's
so
the principal.
bad.
I don't know.
The parents are out of town, probably.
Is Ty going to show up also? Because I mean, he may. No. Okay, great. Thanks for
That's my prediction.
It's Thai catering.
That's what I predict.
That's your
That's
prediction.
my prediction.
Jeff, what do you think?
I don't know that I have a specific prediction for next episode, but I have an addendum to my last week's episode prediction where I said that I think Lou and Matt will hook up on tour, as all of the world on the internet told me they're cousins. So good memory, internet.
But go check them out at, is it still up? Romeo and Juliet, Love is a Battlefield?
Yeah.
Is Matt in also?
Yeah. He
I
plays
didn't know
Paris.
that.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know
directed,
Guys, we gotta go back.
produced, and
Yeah, I
created
never
by
gotta
Brandon.
go, so I should go. I'll go with
We
you.
saw the first go round. It was so
That's
good.
a hell of a show. A lot of energy. Great venue.
Great.
Yeah.
The music's so good.
Yeah.
I think that the fans are gonna really fall in love with AJ and your storyline. I think it's gonna be too easy not to have you just move into Mike's house. So hopefully we'll see you in like
in.
3B.
Hopefully.
Fingers crossed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks
This
you
was
guys
so much fun.
again
Yeah.
for having me.
Yeah. Where can everybody find you on the internet until next time?
Do you know my Twitter? Is it what? T.S. Williamson? I. T.S. Williamson.
Guys, I'm-
Greek
guys,
tragedy.
I'll tweet it out.
I just.
I was going to say, I think we all retweeted.
Yeah.
I'm the third. I'm the third. So yeah.
He's beautiful.
Yeah.
Let's run through ours, Jillian.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Jillian Leff, on my Facebook page, Jillian Leff Official, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks, guys.
Y'all can find me on Instagram and Twitter at the Hotshot Dude.
You can find me on Twitter, Snapchat, and Periscope at Stephanie Giorgi, and on Instagram at the Stephanie Giorgi.
Guys, actually from Jeff Masters 1. We'll be back next week to talk about the party. See you then.
What is
guys.
Periscope?
Oh,
Okay. I'm not here.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.